Different types of genetic inheritance.
Hello everyone and welcome to our video.
Today, we'll be talking about the different ways individuals can inherit genes from their parents.
We will be covering 6 types of genetic inheritance: autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, codominant, incomplete dominance, X-linked or sex-linked, and mitochondrial.
What does autosomal mean?
First, let's talk about what autosomal means. Autosomal refers to an autosome, which is any non-sex chromosome. Genes that are autosomal are passed from parents to offspring regardless of sex. Now that we know what autosomal means, we can talk about both dominant and recessive inheritance types.
Autosomal dominant inheritance.
A dominant trait is a trait that masks a recessive one. You only need one allele for the trait to be present. This means that offspring have a 50% chance to receive a trait if one parent is heterozygous for the trait, a 75% chance if both parents are heterozygous, and a 100% chance if one or both parents are homozygous dominant for the trait. This also means autosomal dominant traits don't typically skip generations. Some examples of autosomal dominant traits are dark hair, eyes, the widow's peak, freckles, ability to roll the tongue, dimples, being right-handed, and even crossing your left thumb over your right and clasping your hands like this.
My left thumb is on top.
Mine too.
Autosomal recessive inheritance.
In order to have an autosomal recessive trait, you need to have 2 recessive alleles for that trait. That means if one parent is heterozygous and the other is homozygous dominant, or if both parents are homozygous, one dominant, one recessive, there is a 0% chance for that trait to develop. If both parents are heterozygous, there is a 25% chance for the offspring to have the trait. If one parent is heterozygous and the other is homozygous recessive, there is a 50% chance of developing in the offspring. Examples of autosomal recessive traits are light-colored eyes, light-colored or red hair, attached earlobes, and hitchhiker's thumb, which is where you can bend your thumb back at a 45-degree angle or more when giving a thumbs up.
I only have it in my right thumb.
I have both.
Codominant inheritance.
Now we're going to talk about codominant inheritance. This is a type of complex inheritance in which both alleles are fully expressed. So for example, say we mix a red flower with a blue flower. Instead of getting a purple flower, we're going to get a flower that has both red and blue splotches. This also works with blood types. So you know how we have O, A, B, and AB? Well, the AB blood type is a result of codominant inheritance.
Incomplete dominant inheritance.
Now we're going to talk about incomplete dominance. Unlike codominance, you get a blended phenotype of both alleles. For example, if you breed a black chicken with a white chicken, you get a blue chicken, which is just a gray chicken that looks kind of blue. Human hair texture also has incomplete dominant inheritance types. So if you get parent A that has curly hair and parent B that has straight hair, the child will have wavy hair. Incomplete dominance is also common in snakes. Like Skittles. Look at her, she's so pretty.
Oh, nope, he's scared.
Oh no!
But she's still pretty. Look at her.
Look at little baby Skittles.
X-linked inheritance.
Unlike autosomal inheritance types, X-linked inheritance types are directly correlating to your sex, being linked to your X chromosome. This means that males only need to have one X chromosome to have the trait, and females need to have 2 X chromosomes to have the trait if it's recessive. If it's dominant, you only need 1 X chromosome, and if it's codominant, then that means that females can only express that codominance. An example of expression of codominance in X-linked traits is in cats. So in calico cats and tortoiseshell cats, only females or intersex cats can be calico or tortoiseshell, because in order to have both orange and black fur, you need to have 2 X chromosomes.
Mama. Mitochondrial inheritance.
Mitochondrial inheritance is the transmission of the mitochondrial genome and can only be passed down from female parents, coming from the egg cells. Diseases or traits that are passed down can only develop if a certain percentage of affected mitochondria exceeds the threshold of 60 to 90%. An example of this is Leber hereditary optic neuropathy, which is a disease that causes sudden vision loss and primarily affects the optic nerve and is passed down exclusively from females to their children.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go check out our video in which Elliot Olsen is a polar bear.